Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival Exploration Mode. Last episode we completed quite a lot of building, so I don't think we're going to be doing too much building this episode. In fact, there's a private sail down there, and we have not one but two fighters, so I think we're going to go have some fun with it. Also, as you noticed, I increased the gravity generator's radius, width, and height so that it actually covers the extent of our base for the most part. So it can go all the way to the edge over here, not fall off. I think yeah, looks like I'm still good on this pad over here. And there's a private sail down there. Let's have some fun with that guy. Turn this on. We'll do that. We have plenty of guns. Private sails don't have much on them, so we don't really have to worry about taking too much damage. They have, I believe, one interior turret to worry about, and we can easily blow that off with not only Gatling cannons, but copious amounts of missile launchers. So hopefully it doesn't disappear before we get to it. We haven't actually captured a ship in God knows how long, ever since they fought back. Well, not necessarily. I think we took a business shipment even when they did fight back in the survival series, but that was a while ago. And as you see, we're clipping along at a holy crap, a really good rate. I don't know where their guns are, but I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot wherever that red laser is coming from, and we're gonna see if we can kill it. Okay, that's not working. Missiles! Missiles! Oh, it's up top there. Out of ammunition. Looks like we're really landing some hits on it. Maybe if we blow off the solar panels. Well, we're taking a lot of damage. It is only an interior turret. Holy crap, there's nothing left. Turn our inertial dampeners off so we can zero our velocity with it. Get a little bit closer. Yeah, there's not much left. Holy Jesus, did we blow this thing apart. Well, as soon as we round the corner, we're going to be able to waste this thing. Ready, set, shoot it! There we go, we got it. Inertial dampeners on. Oh. And inertial dampeners off. And we're gonna drift to the target. We're gonna lock our landing gear and slow this thing down. Alright. Nope. Oh. Come on. Let's get into a third person perspective. It'll help us lock this thing. And lock. Inertial dampeners on. We're going to let the rest of that stuff drift off. And we're going to take what's left of this private sail. These things are a lot harder to capture now, but we did it. We did take some minor damage. We lost nothing by the looks of it, which is pretty good. I'm actually going to hop out because we are currently done moving right now. Let's see what sort of damage. Well, we took some bulletproof glass damage. A little damage on the components around it. A little bit of the light armor took some damage. Not too bad. Looks like we're missing one block. What kind of block are we missing? Oh, just an armor block. Okay, yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Looks like private sails are not going to be too terribly hard to capture for us. And we're going to get a lot of good stuff from them because remember, these are large ship blocks. There's a lot of thrust components in there. There's lots of stuff in general. And there's a battery, a nuclear reactor, and there's 1, 2, 3 solar panels that we still have that aren't completely obliterated. This ship probably would have had 6 of them, except there's pretty much nothing left of the rest of them. They got blown off. And it's nice that the nuclear reactor is still in place because that means we can use all the components of that nuclear reactor to build another one, possibly for another way station or another small space station out in space, as we just described it. Alright, well, let's head on back. That actually went better than I thought it would. We did use all of our missiles doing just about nothing, but alright. Yeah, our missiles weren't much used. They just blew apart the ship. So I guess if we find any more private sales, we're not going to use the missile launcher. Oh god, this thing is going to take some getting to actually get it to our base. It's like trying to haul around a boat anchor with a little child trying to carry it. Well, let's turn our inertial dampeners on. Wow, this thing could use more gyroscopes. Alright. Well, I'm going to try to do this off screen, and I will see you guys back when we're at our space base. See you guys back in a bit. Alright folks, and we're getting much closer. It took a while, unfortunately, because this thing is like hauling around a boat anchor. It was very hard to maneuver, so I wasn't able to get very fast. However, that should make stopping no issue, hopefully. Also, as you see, I ground off some of the solar panels to reduce the weight of this ship, because the less that solar sail weighed, or the private sail weighed, the less strain it would take for this little tiny fighter to try to carry it home. So, as you see, our inventory is full. We are at 3,984 liters of space being used, which is just about full. We're getting pretty close. I think this is close enough to where our scout ship should, oh my lord, should be able to haul it back. The scout ship shouldn't have any issue hauling this thing back. Certainly not as much as this big old, there's certainly not as much as this little old fighter had trouble with. So we're going to just let you drift. I'm going to detach you as soon as our speed reaches just about 0, which it is right now, and we are going to detach. We're going to grab our exploration ship with the landing gear. We're going to then grab the solar sail and part it out. There are some nice parts in it. We already got 3 of the solar panels. However, all the solar cells in the solar panels were destroyed. However, the rest of the parts were in good shape, so that's good. Let's land this guy. Proximity, turn you off. And where did you go? That ship is out there somewhere. Crap, I knew I'd probably lose it. There's nothing telling me where it should be. It's out there somewhere. We'll find it. Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah, inertial dampeners on, please. Thank you. It's right around... Is it down this way? Yep, there it is. Okay, we didn't lose it. It does blend in with the background very well because it's white. But that shouldn't be an issue because we found it. We'll lock this guy on. It'll probably pull our ship around a little bit, but because this has a large gyroscope on it, it shouldn't be as big of an issue, whereas the other one only had 2 small gyroscopes. Also, another thing I had to do is I had to grind away the control panel and the nuclear reactor to the point where I could rebuild it, so they are now technically mine, so I can control them on the private sail, which is why you'll see that the engines are off on the private sail. Alright, we're getting closer, and we're going to lock you in place, and we're going to bring you back home with us. Oh yeah, not as bad. It's still trying to pull a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. Oh, wow. This thing, it does control pretty wonky, but it's much easier to control than with the little fighter craft. Whoa. Decided to go for a spin there, I guess. And I'm going to bring this by our Voyager ship because we're just going to part it out and throw all the ships in Voyager. Okay. Oh, let's get this thing right about here-ish. Don't want to do thrust. Don't want to do any thrust damage to my ship, so I want to stay far enough away from it. All right, there we go. That should be close enough. I'm going to empty my... Suppose I need my jetpack on, don't I? All right, I'm going to empty the inventory that we have right now. And then we're going to part out, see what else is actually left in here. Oh, we have scrap metal, which means we need to throw that in the arc furnace. I believe that's already in the arc furnace. Yeah. Where did it all go? Or is it all in the cargo container? No. I threw it in here. It's not floating off in space, is it? It must have gone in the refinery or something. Well, let's take a look. In the assembler, no. Arc furnace, no. Maybe it's in the refinery. Or it's not in any of those. Connector. It disappeared. Our scrap metal disappeared, which is mildly annoying. Scrap metal is something we really haven't dealt with too much. That's essentially what you get when you grind away broken up parts like this. Instead of getting your nice steel plates, you get broken up scrap metal. It makes sense, so it's not too bad. All you have to do is you throw it in, I believe it's an assembler to deassemble it. Oh crap. Apparently there was a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, I'll grab that before it floats off. Power cells must be very big. Alright, where were you? Oh, there you are. Quit floating off. I want you in my inventory. There we go. The other stuff is floating off over here. Okay, we're going to be able to grab it all. There we go. Okay. Nothing else is floating off, is it? Okay, good. Oh, well, there's this too. Grab that. Now we'll grind away everything that we don't need on this ship. We're going to keep the nuclear reactor there as a last thing to grind away. See, do we have any more scrap metal? Nope. Looks like those parts are all in good shape. Got some scrap metal from that one. We'll show you how that stuff works. Get you and you. In fact, I think we're gonna leave some of this stuff for maybe a later date to grind away. Actually, that's what the whole ship is holding on to, so let's not grind that away. And here's the battery, which is not ours, so it's going to take longer to grind away. And alright. Once we're done grinding away that battery, we're going to take what's left of the uranium in there, and then we're going to probably go off exploring, perhaps. I think that'll be an alright thing to do. Let's throw you in here. You in here. The scrap metal disappeared before, so I'm not going to throw it in the connector. I'm actually going to throw it in the arc furnace. And there you go. Turns it right into some wonderful iron for us. Uh-oh. That's an issue. Let's get this before it floats off. There we go. Anything else floating off that we don't want to float off? Oop, there's a gold asteroid off in the distance. I think that's good. Let's... Okay, let's grab the uranium out of here. See how much is in there. 10. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's throw that in our base over there, because I don't believe we have too much uranium in our base. And then Actually, you know what? I think if we're going to go exploring, we're going to have to grind all of this away because we're going to be using our exploration ship, and I don't want to be hauling that with us. So I'm actually going to cut to when we're done grinding that away. See you guys back in a bit. Alright, so it's all ground away, and we're going to take a look at all of the material that we got from it. So let's throw all this stuff into the cargo container, and we'll take a look at our materials to show you how much we've actually gained from it, which is quite a decent amount, actually. Let's throw all this stuff in here, make sure it's nice and organized. Quite a few thrust components now. We could probably build another small ship. We also have some power cells for making batteries if we would want to do such a thing. Plenty of just random components everywhere. And more construction components. Computers. Oh, just one second. Sorry about that. I hope you couldn't hear that. There was a phone going off in the background. Anywho, let's throw that in the refinery, and it'll get refined into our iron. So, let's take a look. We have quite a few more reactor components. We have, well, those missiles were always there. Got some more displays, more steel plates, a lot more construction components, which is nice, and we also have more iron, which is always a good thing because we were running low on that, and we just got the iron from the scrap metal. And also, we need to throw some bulletproof glass on our ship that took a little bit of damage, so let's think it was 8 is how much we needed, maybe. We also needed some steel plates to fix, what was it? Well, let's fix the damage, and then let's go off, perhaps searching for another derelict. Maybe a derelict station. I would love to find a derelict station. Alright, let's... yeah, just a little bit of damage, nothing too bad. And... well, I need 5 more bulletproof glass. Oh well. I think we're going to be fine for now. We're not going to get into any more fights with that ship. At least not until we fix it completely. So let's change that color to black. And there we go. This worries me how thin that is. In fact, why not, just because we can, I'm going to throw a little bit of extra armor on here. I think we'll have enough steel plates for this. It only requires 1. There's 4 there. We're actually going to be short 1 steel plate, whatever. Actually, no we won't. There we go. Just stole a couple steel plates from that heavy armor block over there. I'll put it back eventually, probably. Alright. It's just worryingly easy to shoot off these arms, and I don't want to have that as a risk, so I'm going to just add a little bit of extra support in here. And maybe even right here we could add more engines or gyroscopes or something. There we go. I know it doesn't look as cool, but as a practical fighter, because apparently we're actually going to be using it, it makes sense to add extra supports in there. Alright, now let's go to our exploration vessel. And is there anything in our cargo container? No. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm going to just throw the rest of these steel plates back in the block that I stole them from. There we go. Alright. Just making sure that was empty in case we find anything. We can throw it in that cargo container. Alright, let's do the scan. No working antenna? What do you mean? There's an antenna down there. Oh, I bet I turned my antenna off. To save power. Probably. Antenna, yep. There we go. Toggle block on. Now we should be able to do a scan. Oop, that's not correct. There we go. Scan, we have stationary large, stationary large. They're all stationary and large. Let's go for the closest one, which is 22,000 meters away. It's an elevation of 55 degrees and an azimuth of almost directly behind us. So, like this, and 55 degrees up-ish. Take one more look. Elevation a little bit more up and a little bit in this direction. Well, let's get out of the shadow of our Voyager ship. Should be right about here-ish, maybe. Is that it? I'm gonna guess that that's it. Elevation, nope, still a little bit higher. We're on the right azimuth, but it's a little bit higher. Maybe that's it over there. Alright, well, let's get going towards it. We have plenty of fuel left. Turn off our inertial dampeners. Let's do a scan one more time. 6 degrees up and 4 degrees to the right. Was that 6 degrees up or down? Nope, it is 6 degrees up and 5 degrees to the right. Yeah, and eh. That's about right. Head in that direction. One more scan. We're just about right on target. Looks like this is going to be another one that's just floating off in space, because it doesn't look like there's any asteroid right next to it, which is alright, I guess. So it doesn't look like we're going to be finding a station this particular go-around, but I know there are stations out there, and I would really, really love to find a station. One that was better than that really weird wonky one that we found the very first episode. Alright. Must be getting close. And we are about 13,000 meters away, so let's just power towards it. I'm guessing it's probably going to be another small fighter using these small blocks. It'd be pretty awesome if we found a ship that used large blocks, but I'm not sure if there are many of those out there yet. Because I know there's only a finite number of ships in the game that you can find. Oop, don't want to turn my inertial dampeners on yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be floating around this asteroid, but I don't know where exactly. Keeping my eyes out for flickering pixels, because that's a good giveaway that there's something around. Anything? Ooh, well, I'm going to throw on the brakes. Let's see, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be around that asteroid somewhere. Space Base Alpha. Alright, well, let's take one more look. We are only 366 meters away. It is below us and to the right. We should be able to see it. Is that it right there, maybe? Oh, that's it. That's it, definitely. Looks like another small ship. Certainly one that we haven't seen yet before, so it's not going to be another one of those fighters. Alright, this looks like it has a whole bunch of landing gear on it. And it's got missile launchers on it, a whole bunch of rockets. Well, actually not a whole bunch of rockets, just two rockets, 2 Gatling cannons. Let's take a look. Alright, where did you go? We were looking right at it. So disorienting. Where did you go? It was right here. I swear it was. There it is. Okay. So, let's turn this guy on.
Ship fuel critical.
Energy critical. There is no power in this one. Interesting. So we're going to have to siphon off some of our own uranium if we want to test fly it. It's a lot of rockets. So it looks like it'd be fairly maneuverable. It's made out of heavy armor blocks. So this would actually be another great ship to go after private sails with. In fact, it'd probably be better than that other ship that we were using, just because of the heavy armor blocks on it. And it's got 2 missile launchers, not that much. It's got 2 Gatling cannons, which is adequate. Let's see, is there anything in the cargo containers? We've got some displays, a little bit of cobalt, silicon, and silver. We have some more silver. We've got some Gatling cannon ammunition in there, and that's it. There's only ammunition in one of the Gatling cannons. So let's give this ship a tad bit of uranium just so we can give it a test fly. We're just going to siphon off a teeny tiny amount. 0.7 is probably all that we're going to take. Because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to clamp it to that landing gear and we're going to take it home with us. Also, this would probably be better for capturing ships because now it has 3 gyroscopes, which is nice. It has a whole bunch of rockets, and it has 3 landing gear, which is better than the one that we were using. Now, where are the... Oh, wow, there's a lot of gyroscopes on it. There's 2 more right there. Where's the nuclear reactors? Probably hiding in the interior of the ship, which means I'll have to use these conveyors, probably, or connectors. Large reactor, can I drop it in the large reactor? No, I can't. Interesting. Well, we're gonna find it. Maybe we can do it via this cargo container. No. Where are the reactors hiding? Or are they hiding in plain sight? Well, they're not down on the bottom. They're not on the sides. And they're not on the top. I think they're right back here. But you can't see them. So that's a medium cargo container. Can I throw it in the medium cargo container? Well, you know what? I think I'm actually going to have to... Oh, yeah, there they are. They're in the middle. There's one large reactor in the middle. Right under here. I bet you I could grind away this block and get to it. Ooh, I'm 1 block away. Crap, I don't... Well, I guess I will be grinding away the thruster. It's only a small thruster, so it shouldn't take too long to build. And there we go. We'll throw that there. Oh, whoops. The color's still black. Oh, well. Oh, we still can't get it. That's mildly annoying. Because it's rotated in a strange way so that we can't quite get it. There we go. We'll throw that back in there then. Well, I guess we're just going to be bringing this back to our base. We're going to be disassembling it, and we're going to give it a test fly as soon as we can power this guy up. Alright, well, I'm going to get back in our scout craft then. Going to clamp on to it. And then we'll meet you back when we're at our space base. Ooh, we completely missed it. And lock it. That's a big heavy ship. You can see it even waddling around a little bit, even though it's locked onto our landing gear. This thing's harder to control than it was when we had the private sail on it. Alright, well, we are going at a significant rate, so let's turn off the inertial dampeners and let's drift to the target. So I'll see you guys back when we're at our base. Alright, and we are rapidly approaching our base. So as soon as we get there, we're going to probably start disassembling this guy. Just enough so we can get the uranium in there and test fly it. Alright, and inertial emitters on. Whoa, whoa. Easy there, easy there, easy there. Alright, well, let's get a little bit closer. We're definitely going to save this ship. We are not going to be completely disassembling it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Behave, gyroscopes, behave. Alright, come on. This must be a really heavy ship because it's really yanking my big old scout ship everywhere. At this rate, it wouldn't be bad if we actually built a dedicated tug for finding these, but probably would still have the same issues. Just maybe not as to the same extent. Alright, and I'm going to... And there you go. There's that big ship that's loading in. You know what? Just because I'm extremely curious. Control panel, antenna. We're going to increase this to 40,000. And we are going to do a scan and see what is at the furthest reaches of our scan distance. Yep, and there we go. A large stationary at 38,699 meters. So maybe the actual scan distance is, or the actual render distance is 38,000 meters perhaps. Large, 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 large. Well, actually, our antenna is a bit further back, so I'm going to boost it up to 4,100 or 41,000. So it might not have actually been scanning it. So let's do one more scan. There's got to be a huge ship off in the distance. Yep, there we go. Stationary huge, 40,300. So that's probably what's been slowing down our system every time we get close to our base, is that ship right there. I'm going to reduce our range again on the antenna because that costs lots and lots of electricity to use. Go back to 35,000. Confirm. Only using 140 kilowatts now. Alright, let's exit this guy. And let's try to see if we can figure out how to get to the nuclear reactor. I know a surefire way of getting to the nuclear reactor, and that's by building a small reactor on the surface so that we can power these stupid conveyors and tubes so we can shuttle stuff into the large reactor. That's probably honestly the best way to do it so we don't have to reassemble everything, and we have everything that we need in the Voyager over here. And let me just double check on how much it takes for a small reactor and a small ship. Almost nothing. Okay. So we are going to take, I believe we need some of you. I'm going to take 10 of you. Probably only need one of you, but we're going to take extras. Because I don't want to have to take a second trip. And we'll take 20 of you. 20 of you. You will take... I think we only need 10 of you, so we're going to take 10 of you. Display, we might need one, not sure. Just going to take one of everything just to be sure. Whoops, not 55. Interior plates, I know we don't need those. And probably can use some steel plates. There we go. That ought to be enough to finish making what we want. We have that. Okay. Good enough. Also, we probably should use some uranium as well. Because we have extra uranium, we're not too far away. In fact, you know what? Let's just take this 10. Because if we're going to be using that ship at some point in the future, we're going to want a full reactor full of uranium. We don't need to be skimping on that because we're not 20,000 meters away from our base. Also, let's change that color back to white. Not that it matters, we're going to be grinding this one off right away. Yep, we have everything we need. Oh, and I overdid just about everything except for the computers and the steel plate. Well, let's throw a teeny tiny amount in here. By teeny tiny, I mean 0.2. And that should be more than enough to allow us to throw stuff into the reactor. Whoops, that's not at all how you spell reactor. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to take the uranium out of here. We're going to grind it away. And we're going to take the ship for a test drive. And throw the little bit of uranium that we had into our reactor. There we go, 10.7. Alright, and we need to disconnect from that. So we'll have to go in here and disconnect the landing gear. There we go. And let's take this thing for a test drive. See how it handles. I do like the fighter cockpit. And I like how the fighter cockpit's recessed inside of the heavy armor, which makes it much harder to hit. That's a very smart idea, actually. So that means that it can probably take quite a lot more of a beating than that other ship that we have. The other two ships, actually. So this is probably going to be our go-to attack craft. And it's still quite maneuverable. It's quite quick as well. Plenty of fuel in this now. Gatling cannon. In fact, let's throw some of the ammunition into that Gatling cannon. There we go. We have 15 magazines in each Gatling cannon. This is very nice. See how much damage they do. Okay, well, let's stop damaging my own stuff. We'll have to find something proper to shoot. Alright, well, this is a really nice ship. I'm glad we managed to get this. Alright, we're going to land you here. Alright. Oop, there's 3 landing gear on it. There we go. And let's turn you off. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Well, that was a nice episode. We got a lot of stuff done. We managed to capture a private sail. We did a little bit of a modification to this, and we captured a new ship. So I think next episode we're probably going to do some dedicated building, or perhaps something else. If you guys want to, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you folks for watching. That'll be it for this episode. See you guys next time.